All right, welcome back. We're talking about the Herdsmen killings in particular, especially talking about, what happened in Plateau State over the weekend, last weekend. And in Abuja, joining us, of course, is Aisha Yusufu, who's an activist. And I just wanted to get a final word from you, Aisha. For want of a better word, I know people don't like to mix politics with issues like this, but it has come up a lot, Is there a political angle to any of this? Is it possible that, this might be sort of a trigger for a lot of people for 2019. We've seen PDP, they declared a week of mourning, I believe, or something like that. And of course, the government fired back, when you were in government, you never did this when people died in your government. And so is there sort of any political angle to this, and how do we sort of start disabusing our minds from things like that?
I think basically what we need to understand as citizens of this nation is that over time, our political class, they have been the same in the way they behave and react to things. I mean, last administration, there were a lot of killings. Yes, agreed. And what were they saying? It had a political undertone. It was being done to undermine the president and all of that. We find out the same administration, citizens are being killed. And what are we hearing? It has political undertone, and it is being done to undermine the president. But at the end of the day, who are the people who are dying? It is citizens who are dying. You talked about empathy earlier on, Ebuka. You asked that question. Of course, they won't feel the empathy. They don't care because they don't go through what we go through. How many of the children of our leaders would have been on the road at the time that people were being killed, stopped and being killed in Jos? They wouldn't be there. They would probably be flying their helicopters. So who are the losers at the end of the day? We need to understand that this is all about criminals coming out to continue to kill, and we must hold the government responsible. We must not allow the government to abdicate its responsibility. We saw the president going to Jos and saying to the people of Jos, who had buried hundreds of their citizens, that there's nothing he can do, that they should pray. The president at that moment abdicated his responsibility as the commander-in-chief of this country and handed it over to God. And I'm looking at the president went there with security. He didn't drop his security and go back home with nothing to pray to God. And so it is all about citizens being killed. It is time for Nigerians to unite and understand that whether it is Boko Haram in the northeast, whether it is killer herdsmen in the middle belt, whether it is bandits in the northwest, whether it is kidnappers in the south side, wherever it is, these are criminals who have taken up criminality and are there to attack and kill Nigerians. And we must call on the government that we voted into to ensure that they do the right thing. The primary responsibility of government is the protection of lives and properties, and it cannot fail in that. They must protect the Nigerian life. The Nigerian life must matter. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. So citizens who are living in villages, who are being killed, who have not had the best of good governance, they need to feel that protection. And enough of the excuses, enough of all the blame trading. It looks as if the Nigerian part, they are better in opposition. The leadership we've had so far, they are better in opposition than they are in government. When PDP was in government, it was saying that it is politically motivated, and they never flew the flag at half mast. Right now we have APC in government. It is saying it is politically motivated. It has not flown the mast at half flag. What is the value of the Nigerian life? That is what we as citizens must be asking for now. And we must understand that any government that cannot protect the lives and properties of Nigeria is no longer fit to be called a government.
What is the value of the Nigerian life? Yemi, you're planning a march or a protest, I believe, in 2 days. Tell us about that.
So the idea really, I mean, we were talking about it on break, that in the cycle of sort of developing active citizens over the last 8 years in EIE's work, the trigger event. So 2010 protest that led to the formation of EIE was a trigger event in citizens and young people coming out and saying enough is enough. That led to an organization. The Chibok Girls in 2014. Before the Chibok Girls, other hundreds of people, thousands may possibly have been abducted in the Northeast. But Chibok Girls was a defining moment. 276 girls in a school, and then suddenly everybody's like, wait a minute, what's going on? And that's when a lot of people even heard for the first time that what has been going on in the Northeast had been going on for a while. But again, another trigger moment. Plateau last week was also, I think, another trigger moment, because leading up to Plateau, as we've said, there have been killings, Benue, Nasarawa, Taraba, Adamawa, Kaduna. So it wasn't anything new for the first time, but the Plateau killings, and DME was saying that it was just really a compilation of events. Yeah. People are suddenly like, wait a minute, what's going on? Yeah. So we thought, you know what, since there is outrage and the government needs to know that citizens are not docile. Citizens are not just twiddling their thumbs saying, hey, oh, my shoe, or oh, what a pity. But citizens really want to express themselves and know, as Aisha said, that the primary responsibility of government is the protection of lives and property. That's why you are in office. Is this a
march to the presidency or to the National Assembly?
So we chose Wednesday because that's the day, July 4th, Wednesday, July 4th, because Wednesday is the day that the Federal Executive Council meets. And the Federal Executive Council has the presidency, all the state governors will be there, all the service chiefs that we mentioned will be there, all the ministers will be there. And just an opportunity for them to hear citizens say, look, Nigerian lives matter. We don't think you're protecting us enough. What are you doing and what are the concrete steps so Nigerians stop dying? And that's the purpose of the rally.
All right. Well, you're screaming in my ear. We need to go. Unfortunately, well, we're going to continue this conversation, of course, hopefully in better terms and in better conditions. Thanks for being here today, Yemi. Thanks, Aisha, for joining us from Abuja. And Yemi, you also will be a part of the protest. I know you did share that on social media, and we're looking forward to hopefully getting listened to at least on the 4th of July. So if you want to be a part of it, just follow at EIE Nigeria, I believe, on Twitter
and Instagram
as well, and you get all the information you need. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.